Felt like no part of the town had escaped the bombs. Go on, how'd it go? It was pretty slow going, and there was this ashy rain half the time, but there wasn't all that much I could do. At least I had a goal. I made a breathing mask. Finally! Made a breathing mask out of a spare shirt, although I'm not sure it helped much. It probably would have helped if you did it before you inhaled all the dust,
Thursday, September 22, black rain.
Great.
At the top.
Great. That sounds great. Great.
Could be green rain.
But you made it. What did you find?
Disappointment! Mood. Big mood. Big ass mood. That's what I find whenever I leave the house. Disappointment.
I love her immediate disappointment.
Mood. Big mood. Big ass mood.
Yep. The problem was, of course, that I had no idea where he might have gone. His apartment might have told me something, but there was no way I was going back there, so I gave up the idea. If I found him, it would be by chance or providence. So what did you do instead? Immediate shelter, wanted to keep going, wait around for a while.
I feel like immediate shelter is the first priority.
Yeah.
There's black-ass rain everywhere.
Yeah, it's probably not a good thing to get rained on by black rain.
It's either ashy or tar or nasty or nuclear.
Yeah, so I don't want a second arm sticking out of my head. Like a third arm, I mean.
3 titties. 9 titties.
No.
17 titties.
I have enough trouble with the 2 titties I have.
20 titties.
God.
20 titties. Become a dog. So many titties.
Become a dog.
So many titties. So many titties.
Immediate shelter was first priority.
She'd have so many titties.
I know. So many. Or it could all form into one uniboob. Could go the opposite way.
Sports bras do that by themselves.
I know. The ones that I have don't, but they have underwire. So.
Congrats.
I need something
I don't
to
work
pull
out,
these things.
so
Yeah.
I don't know what that's like.
Yeah.
What's it like to be healthy?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I work out, but I found a single house, door unlocked, all the windows blown in, no car in the driveway, and after knocking and walking around in it for a while, decided it'd be as good a candidate as any.
Lock all the doors.
Yes.
Oh, it's rad. I don't like that. That's spooky.
No, this is bad. What was life on the streets like otherwise? Well, that was another reason to take shelter. There were a lot of other people about it, and not all of them seemed very reasonable. There had been some gunshots earlier. I don't know. It felt... Thanks. It felt very unsafe. And the gray clouds above didn't help.
That's starting to sound like Cormac McCarthy's The Road. Have you ever seen and or read that?
No.
Okay. The world has ended, and Viggo Mortensen is dying.
Yeah, seems about right.
Everything's gray. He just is like, I don't know what year it is. It's been several years. I don't know what day it is or what month. I'm just trying to move south. I'm like, nice, Viggo. Work towards that. He doesn't make it to the movie.
No, I wouldn't think so.
No. His son does! He doesn't. But there are cannibals everywhere, running rampant.
Of course. Of course. Yeah, this is probably what's gonna happen.
Yo.
We're gonna get eaten. Any food in your shelter?
We eaten? How are we eaten, not eaten? I like that idea better. Eat and don't be eaten. Pro tip.
Someone put that on a shirt.
It's probably on a shirt.
It's probably already on a shirt. It's the internet.
Pro tip, though. Eat, don't be eaten. Like, you know, sharks and stuff. Eat.
Yeah.
It's eat or be eaten in the world. Gotta be the eaters.
Yeah, got it. Sure, but I was a bit wary of a lot of it. The cupboards had been opened in the earthquakes, and there was a lot of stuff on the counters and the floor, and I didn't trust what was in the fridge either. Everything was covered in dust and ash blown in from the outside, but I collected what I thought was safe.
What if the refrigerator was made of lead, though?
Then it would be
like
fine.
In Indiana Jones.
Yeah, then it would be fine, but I mean, how many people are gonna have a lead
Small ass bitch from the 60s.
Yeah. Should have had an old person's house.
You can't tell which house belongs to an old person.
You can as soon as you walk in. You can.
Your mom treats this house like an old person's house.
Exactly.
She's not that old. She's not like old people old. She's not like your grandma old.
Yeah, no. But, I mean...
Your grandma's just... Not your grandma. Your mother's just old at heart.
Yes.
And
like me.
Just old.
Yeah.
She's just working on it.
Yeah. Well, kind of. Anyway.
You're old too.
Yeah, I am. I have 3 cats and I crochet. Anyhow, so how long did you stay? As long as supplies lasted. I'm gonna stay as long as supplies last, because after that, gotta move on. So, I don't know how safe the house was from fallout, really. Windows blasted open and all that. But it was probably safer than walking the streets, and as long as I only ate the uncontaminated food, it ought to be okay, I thought. I don't like that. All the food I had really did go, and in the end I even had to supplement a bit from the cupboards. I'm sure it was fine. I'm sure it was fine! Anyway.
24 hours.
Yeah, we should have. Anyway, you ate through all your supplies, and then... Still about Chess. Is he really that important? I don't know. You know what? Fuck Chess. Goodbye, Chess. I'm gonna keep going. There were a lot of other survivors on the road as well, and soon, though the rumor started circulating, there was a government evacuation center set up in the old college. Everyone was going there. Great!
I'm, like, picking out these things that could be referencing it here. We had Shaun of the Dead, Resident Evil, The Walking Dead.
Oh, Left 4 Dead? Whenever it's like, hey, there's an evacuation center here, and then you go and everything's fucked, and everyone's dead. So... That's literally that entire game, like, hey, there's an evacuation point here! You
and
go
then you
there.
hop on top of the hospital and you get thrown off by a tank, and it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it hurt a little, but it's fine.
I made Jay, like, I got stuck like, one time on top of the hospital. Jay, help me! Because he was on the helicopter. I'm like, help me, I'm surrounded. And he came and helped me, and I hopped on the helicopter, and he's like, come help me! And I'm like, no. And he got
It's like,
thrown
no,
off by a
fuck.
tank. And it was
See,
great.
she does it to everybody.
It's not just her.
It's not just me. It's just how she is. Let's see.
Me first, bitch!
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's a way to live.
I mean, I'll be generous in the event of good times.
Thank you.
In bad times, it's me first, bitch. Bye. Nice knowing you. I'll
Bye.
remember you.
Thank you.
Name a dog after you.
Awesome.
Bye.
Yay. Let's see. There were a lot of other survivors on the road as well, and soon enough the rumor started circulating. There was a government... Everyone was going there. The college. As in your college? Yep. Talk about coming back to the beginning. Anyway, that's where everyone was headed. There was just one minor problem. Let me guess.
Boy.
Everything was fucked. Hold on.
What up?
Oh? The river. There's a river?
There is now.
Not something I had thought about either. I didn't live anywhere near it, so whenever I crossed it, I just drove over it. But there it was. A geographical reality. I almost messed that word up. So, I mean, the bridges were surely still there. True, but when we approached them, we realized they were occupied.
Bye.
Great. Uh-oh. By whom? The government. There was a line of soldiers wearing full NBC protection gear, gas masks and all, directing traffic. Rescued at last.
I am legend.
Mm-hmm. Well, they did let us all through, but... But what?
Going to ghettos?
So, the evacuation center, my college, I'm not surprised I dreamed about it. It's like, at the center of my life right now. Is this the part where the dream turns weird and the college starts sprouting legs and begins smoking a hookah or something?
Smoke a blunt. College.
Unfortunately, no. That would have been a pretty welcome respite. Even so, it must have been a respite, proof that society survived, the United States weren't completely obliterated, etc., etc. Speaking of, what did happen to everyone? I don't know. Everything was still rather hazy. News was sporadic and often hearsay. There was a lot of talk about a missile defense system that no one knew we even had, that it apparently managed to shoot down something akin to 90% of all the enemy warheads. That must have been a fuck ton of warheads. Although one warhead can fuck a lot of shit up. So, probably still a lot, though. Wishful thinking.
There were 7.
Based on what I was seeing, I don't really see the difference. 10% was clearly more than enough to wreak unimaginable havoc. Hell, 1% probably would have been enough.
I think there were 7.
Huh?
7 warheads.
7?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe 7. It's like, when they're in the mattress store and SpongeBob and he's like, how many do you think there are, Patrick? 7. 7 exactly. There are thousands
7.
around there.
And
it
just
says 7.
Anyway, go on. I want to get to the end. What happened at the center? At the gates, there was a screening process going on. Oh, fuck.
Cloverfield.
A big plastic corridor where we were all told to undress and go through this super cold shower, after which men in gas masks and plastic coverings ran a Geiger counter over us. We're fucked. Seriously? So what happened? There were 2 doors at the end of the corridor beyond the men in the masks with guns. Whenever their Geiger counters frazzled and complained, you went right. Whenever it went quiet, you went left. I went right. Fuck! They gave us all back our old clothes at the other end, which was the thing that we really should have that would have freaked us out. Most were just grateful, but that meant they considered you dead. Yep. Through the fence, I saw the ones going left, leaving towards dorms, all wearing what looked kind of like prison uniforms. At least they were likely to be clean and uncontaminated. And you? Where did they lead you? To the football stadium. Can you believe that? They didn't even care about us enough about us to get us out of the fallout. They had at least set up 10 stoves in the kitchen for us. Also, I'm surprised at that. I would have just thought that they were gonna shoot them. Honestly. Like, I was like, ah, fuck, we're gonna get shot in the head.
Take him back out behind the chemical sheds.
Exactly, away from the view of the other, like, clean people, and they go, oh no, we let them go. They wanted to leave. We didn't kill them, honest.
They wanted to leave, that's why they came here to begin with. Okay.
Yeah, okay. They set up 10 stoves in the kitchen for us, all staffed by similarly irradiated people, of course, presumably serving us irradiated food they didn't want to feed to the healthy ones. This can't be where your story ends. No,
it gets worse.
Of course. The weirdest part was still about to happen. Oh,
But
great.
There's more.
There's more.
It gets weirder.
It gets weirder. This is gonna be good.
No, the legs in the hookah, maybe a mushroom.
Makes you grow 10 floors high. No, but remember I told you about the music that I heard on the radio when I fell asleep?
You know what?
Yep. Well, as I was lying there on my no doubt lethally radioactive mattress, staring up at the sky, about half a second away from tears, I heard it again. Kind of like you'll turn the sound of thunder into explosions in a dream? No, or maybe. Actually, yes, that's not a bad analog. The music was a connection between the dream and the real world. When I heard it, it was like suddenly I remembered that I once had the dream that I was currently having. I remember in the dream thinking of how incredibly unlikely that was. It was weird, okay? Dreams are weird. So, the music. Where did it come from?
He is way too nonchalant about this.
Yeah, he is.
I am genuinely concerned, man.
Yeah, like, this is too...
Alright, get out of the story.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
a weird dream.
Okay, just a weird dream. And it's just like, no, seriously.
Please be concerned.
Yeah, please. Concern, please. The football stadium is connected to one of the campus buildings by a long covered annex. They had put us down by the gates and locked them, but I could still go all the way there. Beyond the gate, beyond the annex, and the building across, it was the admin building. You know, where the student office and the rector's office and all those were located. There was an open window with a light on, and that's where the music was coming from. Pretty amazing, you could hear it all the way over there. I knew there was some connection there, some truth hidden in those tunes. Something that would allow me to wake up from this nightmare, because that's what it was. Every single aching, painful, awful moment of it. But it was beyond locked gates, inside another building, presumably filled with soldiers with guns. Great. You got this far. Was there really nothing you could do? I mean, they have a lot of guns, man.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do. Let's go.
No, at this point,
Let's
we're
go to
done.
bed.
At this point, I stared at the open window, listened to the music, and that's when I felt that I knew I was in a dream. This wasn't real, or it was, but it wasn't all that was real. There was an alternative version of this dream where I'd done things differently, where my life had been different up until this moment, and as a result, I wasn't stuck on this side of the fence.
I'm getting fucked up, man. I don't need this in my life right now.
No.
This is too fucky, man.
Too fucky?
Too fucky!
Too fucky.
Too fucky.
Some kind of multiverse theory applied to strange realistic dreams?
No, stop.
If there is an endless number of dimensions, who's to say that there's not one where dreams are more real than reality? Please stop, Alice.
Can you not?
Can you not? Anyway, no, more like I remembered having made certain choices about what I wanted to do with my life, how I was going to spend my time, and all those choices, and a million others had led up to this moment of helpless separation.
This is making me so uncomfortable. Can we not think about our
Yeah,
choices
seriously,
and how it applies
can we
to
not?
life? Brittany, you made all these choices, and this is why you're all fucked up right now. Wow, thanks!
Yeah, it's like, thanks! I really don't want to think about that.
I need that Paulette voice from Legally Blonde to, like, go through my life now.
Yeah?
I just need Paulette's voice.
Yeah.
No.
Gosh. But that if I had done differently, things would be different.
Bravo.
Bravo. This guy's literally you.
Bravo.
That Hatter's literally you in this.
Bravo. Congrats.
This is
Thanks.
God. That's kind of how the arrow of time works. You do X today, and maybe Y happens tomorrow. Do Y today, maybe Z happens.
He thinks way more than I do. I'd like to not think about this.
Yeah, no, she's like, nope, shutting down the thought process. No.
People are like, oh, Brittany, you don't think very much. You're not that smart. I just don't like to think. It's a little easier. Do you know how easy it is to go through life when you're not thinking? It's a breeze.
I think too much, so yeah.
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know what it's
like.
like.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I can't shut my brain off. It's a curse.
I can. People are like, Brittany, why don't you say more in conversations other than like, okay, or And I'm like, first of all, you're boring. First of all.
She's honest. You gotta admit that.
Second of all, you're an asshole. Third of all, I don't exert brain power for people who don't matter.
No.
You're fine. I talk to you.
Yeah, she talks to me, so this whole time I'm like... But anyhow, so...
My exes, on the other hand.
Ooh. Yeah, no. I like how we both have the same exact face, like... Yeah, no. So, yeah, except, what if you can foresee where the arrow of time is going to hit? What then?
Golden compass?
So, they're drawing from a lot of things.
Maybe they're not trying to, but I've got enough stored upstairs.
Yeah, she can get the rope.
I got my fingers dipped everywhere.
You're saying you had a prophetic dream? That's what I'm saying. Yep. The dream ended shortly after that. I think I ended up killing myself.
Yo!
Of course!
Yo!
I mean, how else was this gonna end, honestly?
Murder.
Well, yeah, murder, but...
Cannibals.
Cannibals. Yeah. By jumping from the top of the stands, a final swan dive rather than the slow wasting away they had condemned us to.
She went like the Hunyak.
Yep.
The Hunyak in Chicago. The Hungarian disappearing act. That swan dive. She looked lovely in that dress, though.
She was very pretty.
Very pretty.
And
then slow wasting away.
Then condemned us to it, and then I woke up and my headset fell off my head.
Congrats. What?
And thus concluded my dream.
That was all. I forgot it was all a dream for a minute.
It drew you in the house. Drew her right in.
I don't like that.
Well, that was interesting. What do you think?
That's my throwaway word, is interesting.
I think it felt incomplete, like there was something missing. That wasn't the way it was supposed to end, you know?
Were you supposed to find chess?
Maybe.
Who knows?
Dreams are supposed to end in certain ways? This one was, I think. It felt like it was trying to tell me something, but I wasn't listening closely enough.
Yeah, because that's how dreams work.
Yeah. Maybe you can try again next night, see if you hear the same recording. Speaking of, what frequency was this on? That's, the weird part. When I tried to see, I realized I had hit the right channel, and that it was in fact reading Alice in Wonderland. What? And this isn't exactly some obscure number station frequency on the AM bands. Well, maybe I'll dream it again. Dream it next night again anyway. That's a good thing with dreams. You can always dream them again. Lies.
They come and go when they please.
Yes.
It's on their terms. Because I have a bunch of weird dreams that come by and they're like, round 2? And I'm like, no.
No.
They're like, round 2? And I'm like, no.
No.
They're like, round 2.
I once had a 14-hour zombie apocalypse dream. Yeah. Yeah!
I'm glad my dreams are, like, very brief. Something happens for about an hour and it's over.
Well, see, Erin tried to wake me up, and apparently I punched at her, and I almost punched her in the face. So she didn't try to wake me up again. So. I don't know.
It works.
Yep. And maybe do something different the second time around.
Where's the well, damn it? I was expecting some well, not some Alice in Wonderland bullshit.
Red Nettle
That's
Studio.
it? That's it? That's it? That's it? That's it?
That's it. That was it. First death. Achievement progress. Better prepared.
Woo. Okay.
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 Well then.
Well.
Well.
Ooh, what if we do it again, but with like a better social life? How would that go?
That might go better. We could do that. I'm actually gonna cut this.
I was gonna say we should definitely take a break.
Yeah. So, everybody, this has been Kerosene Cheetah.
And guest.
Yes. With the bottom of the well. There was no wells, which I'm sure Brittany is just heartbroken over.
I'm pretty heartbroken. I'm really mad there's so much Alice in Wonderland. Do you know how tired I am of Alice in the goddamn Wonderland?
It's everywhere.
It literally is.
It's everywhere.
It's spoofed everywhere. Although, I do have a manga that's pretty okay.
Yes?
Alice in the Country of Hearts. Have I ever let you borrow that?
No, but you've told me about it.
Okay, it's rad.
Yeah, I've heard it's rad. But anyhow, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye!